Hello YouTube, and welcome again to Channel O. What you're looking at is my newly acquired 308 Mauser model K98 that a gentleman was kind enough to sell to me from my shooting club. It's an excellent gun, and the owner basically built it from scratch except for the action. So this stock is totally handmade, and it's a beautiful stock. Anyway, I was shooting it yesterday, and I was getting frustrated because I wasn't putting the bullets in the holes as I was used to doing. And in any event, a gentleman came up to me and he said, well, does your barrel pass the dollar bill test? Well, the dollar bill test means you take a dollar and pass it between the barrel and the stock, and it didn't. It bound right here. So I've taken the stock off the barrel in action just to show you the stock, and what I'm going to do is kind of sand this down a little. I've already taken it apart, as you can see. This isn't meant to be how to disassemble a rifle, but I thought it might be interesting for somebody to see how I took this apart. There's just two screws on the bottom of this, and the action just totally lifts out, and the barrel. So just comes out like that. And now I'll put this down. So what I've already done is identified the high point, and there's some kind of, I guess, an epoxy kind of material here. But anyway, this is the high point right here. And I want to take off just a little bit of it. And I found out there's some kind of an epoxy resin. I think the gentleman who built the gun put it like that on purpose. I don't know what for. In my ignorance, I might be doing something wrong. But anyway, I'm just going to take this down. Now, I masked off the whole thing because I don't want to damage this wood. It's beautiful. He did an excellent job. So I masked off everything I don't want to sand. Now my sanding tool is this. My family makes fun of me because I have 10 or 12 of these things. These are glasses, reading glasses cases. And what I did is I took 150 grit sandpaper, that's what this is, and wrapped it around and taped it on so it fits just perfectly into the channel. And you see I've done this already. And the reason I'm doing this video is I thought it was kind of a neat thing to do. Anyway, I've taken some of this down already, but to figure out how much I'm taking down, I'm going to mark it off. So I already have taken some down, like I said. What I want to do is just put some Sharpie here, the high points. I really need to get that point down. Don't want to take too much. Don't want to use any kind of motorized tool on this. Taking a Dremel tool to this, well, me and a Dremel tool, that would not be pretty. So what I'm going to do is take this, see if I can do this with one hand. You'll see how much I've got there now. And I'm just going to take this and lightly go back and forth. And I'm making sure, you know, if I take off a little too much, it's not going to make any difference because everything's masked off. So we'll see how this is working. And this gets pretty boring. I'll see if I can speed this up or else cut it out. Maybe I'll stop right now, but I'll show you what's going on. You see how it's taken off a lot of the black that I already put there, and you can see those are the high points. So I'm going to keep on doing this and we'll get back to you. Okay, now you can see how much I've actually taken off. I'll probably do this just a little bit more, and the dollar bill test, as I said, it just bound real tightly. It didn't totally impede the passage. So I'm just going to take a little bit more off. Okay, you can see what the finished product is going to look like. You can also see a mistake that I made, and that's right here. That actually was a little bit of a high point. What I'm going to do is just take some, nobody can see it from the outside. It doesn't come through the outside, so what I'll do, even though it's a very, very small amount, I'm just going to take some clear lacquer and hit that. So I'll show you how that turns out. Another view of that, and just the quality of the stock that he made. It's beautiful. This was carved from a blank. And in order to make my granddaughter happy, I thought I'd include a picture of my lovely wife. Hi, hon. She says hi back. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the rifle back together. I screwed it in tight, and this is what we do with the dollar bill test. The idea is the gap here is large enough to, maybe with a little bit of drag, maybe with none, accommodate a dollar bill. So this is hard to do with one hand, but I'll try. So here you go. And before, it wouldn't do that. It would bind. So that's how it's supposed to work. So that project actually paid off. Here's what happened the first time I tried it, incidentally. I think that's a federal crime right there. Anyway, this is just meant to give anybody out there a little bit of courage. Take down the gun and gently, gently use sandpaper, not a rasp or anything like that, but you can get a nicely floated barrel. So, thanks for watching. Hope you had a little bit of fun watching me fumble through things. And as always, when you have a choice, take the high road.